The Dead Marshes are a haunting location in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, known for their eerie atmosphere and the ghostly faces that can be seen beneath the water's surface. This mysterious and unsettling place holds a significant part of Middle-earth's history, particularly during the events leading up to and following the War of the Last Alliance. To understand how the dead came to reside in the marshes, one must delve into the rich lore and historical battles that shaped this part of the world. The Dead Marshes were not always a morbid resting place for the dead. Their transformation began with one of the most pivotal conflicts in Middle-earth's history, the War of the Last Alliance. This war, fought at the end of the Second Age, was a monumental struggle between the combined forces of elves and men, led by Gil-galad and Elendil, against the Dark Lord Sauron. The War of the Last Alliance culminated in the Battle of Dagorlad, a vast plain located just outside the gates of Mordor. This battle was crucial in the effort to overthrow Sauron and prevent him from dominating Middle-earth. The conflict was fierce and brutal, involving massive armies and leading to significant casualties on both sides. The Battle of Dagorlad took place on the plains to the northwest of Mordor, close to what would become the Dead Marshes. The forces of the Last Alliance, comprising elves, men, and some dwarves, marched upon Sauron's stronghold to confront his legions of orcs, trolls, and other dark creatures. This battle was one of the largest and bloodiest in Middle-earth's history, leaving the battlefield strewn with the corpses of thousands of soldiers. The combatants on both sides displayed immense valor and desperation, but the sheer scale of the conflict meant that the ground was soaked with the blood of countless fallen warriors. The bodies of the dead lay where they had fallen, often piled in heaps, as the survivors pressed on towards Mordor's Black Gate. After the war, the geography of the region began to change. Over the centuries, the battlefield of Dagorlad slowly transformed into the treacherous Dead Marshes. This transformation was not an overnight occurrence, but rather the result of natural processes exacerbated by the lingering dark magic and malevolent influence of Sauron. The land around the battlefield began to sink and become waterlogged. This could be due to a combination of geological activity and the marshland's natural propensity to encroach upon the surrounding terrain. As water spread over the battlefield, it created a vast, swampy area that gradually enveloped the corpses lying there. The presence of Sauron's dark magic likely played a significant role in the transformation of the marshes. Sauron's power, even in his absence, had a corrupting influence on the land. His dark essence may have caused the land to warp and twist, turning it into a grim reflection of the sorrow and death that occurred during the battle. The combination of the massive loss of life and the dark influence of Sauron may have also trapped the spirits of the fallen within the marshes. These spirits, unable to find peace, became the ghostly figures seen beneath the waters. This phenomenon could be seen as a manifestation of the lingering trauma and unresolved nature of the Battle of Dagorlad. By the time of the events in The Lord of the Rings, the Dead Marshes had become a foreboding place, a mix of stagnant pools, fetid swamps, and eerie lights known as corpse candles or will-o'-the-wisps. These lights are believed to be the spirits or reflections of the dead, luring travelers deeper into the marshes where they might become lost and join the ranks of the dead. The marshes are described vividly in the books, particularly during Frodo, Sam, and Gollum's journey to Mordor. The faces of the dead can be seen just beneath the water's surface, creating a chilling and surreal landscape that evokes a sense of ancient horror and tragedy. The Dead Marshes also serve a psychological purpose in Tolkien's narrative. For Frodo and Sam, traversing the marshes symbolizes the growing proximity to the Heart of Darkness, Mordor, and the increasing burden of the Ring. The sight of the dead beneath the water acts as a grim reminder of the cost of war and the ever-present danger of succumbing to despair. Gollum, who guides Frodo and Sam through the marshes, is intimately familiar with their dangers. His warnings and behavior in the marshes highlight his own tormented past and the corruption of his soul by the One Ring. The Dead Marshes are a place where the boundaries between life and death blur, reflecting Gollum's own tenuous grasp on his humanity. The Dead Marshes are rich with symbolism. They represent the lingering scars of war, the corruption of the natural world by dark powers, and the haunting presence of the past. The faces beneath the water symbolize the countless lives lost in the struggle against evil, and their inability to find peace underscores the enduring impact of Sauron's malevolence. The marshes also illustrate a recurring theme in Tolkien's work, the idea that the past never truly fades away. The history of Middle-earth is a living entity, with past events continually influencing the present. The Dead Marshes are a physical manifestation of this theme, where the past literally bubbles up to the surface, refusing to be forgotten. The Dead Marshes in The Lord of the Rings are a testament to the enduring effects of the War of the Last Alliance and the Battle of Dagorlad. They are a somber reminder of the heavy toll of war and the dark influence of Sauron. Through the natural sinking of the land, the pervasive dark magic, and the restless spirits of the fallen, the marshes were formed and became one of Middle-earth's most haunting locations. The journey through the Dead Marshes is not just a physical passage for Frodo and Sam, but also a symbolic journey through the legacy of conflict and the shadows of the past. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive into the world of Middle-earth. From the epic battles of the War of the Last Alliance to the haunting depths of the Dead Marshes, The Lord of the Rings continues to captivate audiences with its rich storytelling and timeless themes. Join us next time as we explore more of Tolkien's legendary universe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Tolkien content. Until then, may the stars shine upon your journey.